Hi everyone. I know it's been a minute since I put up a video, but I was really busy with the fitness challenge. I am gonna put up a video if you're up to date. Yes, I completed the challenge. I was able to hit 100 mark. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, here's the thumbnail of the video. Totally unrelated, but that's where I've been busy. Anyways, about this video, it's a quick unboxing video and a few thoughts on the Titan RTX. This was recorded in October. Full disclosure, Nvidia was kind enough to send over the Titan RTX to me. This reached to me, it was supposed to reach to me in sometime in September, but it came much after the 3090 release, so I wasn't sure if it would make sense to do an unboxing impression video of it. But given the current situation with the graphic cards and whatnot, I decided to release it nevertheless. Also, if you want to check out something that is not outdated and that is upcoming, Nvidia's GTC conference is happening next week. I'm gonna put a link in the video description. There's gonna be a giveaway on this channel as well. All you need to do is stay tuned on the channel. Sometime next week I'll share more details of the giveaway. The conference is completely free. There are many sessions that I'm particularly excited about. I think we might do a watch party. With that, roll the clip.
It's not much going on in the box. There's the graphic card. A nice golden one. It smells like a fresh CPU. What I'm talking about. It smells like fresh electronics, like a new piece of electronic. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's not much inside. The other tab, some paperwork, a quick starter guide, support guide. For now, I'm gonna put these aside, maybe read them later. I don't really need them. All I need to know is this takes two 8-pin connectors right here. But yeah, I don't know if you ever held a GPU in your hand. These have a weight and that's not from their mass, if that makes sense. This one is no different, of course. I love the golden finish. And there's a nice Titan logo. I believe this lights up when I plug it in. Alright, time to plug it in and see how it goes.
Alright, so that was the video I recorded in October. My thoughts on the Titan, the RTX Titan, would be, and maybe this video would help you make that decision if you can find one that is being sold after being used. I think it might be worth it. A little bit of background on this GPU. So the RTX Titan, so these architectures based on which the graphic cards are made by Nvidia are named after different scientists. The latest architecture is Ampere. That's the second generation of RTX cards. Now RTX is just ray tracing technology. The RTX Titan had the first generation of RTX cores, and this was the 8th Titan in the Titan lineup. I also believe this was the last Titan to be called so. RTX Titan has 24 gigs of memory. Now that's really not targeted for gamers. It actually was designed for people working in the realm of videos. It's definitely for them if you're working with VR videos or high-res videos, doing a lot of rendering. It has helped me with a lot of video editing on this channel. The interviews are quite long and do take a lot of time to render. And it has double the memory of, at the time, the flagship gaming card 2080 Ti. More than double actually. And what that has set us up for is a 3090. The 3090 is the official successor to the Titan. Now it's also available for gamers. But as you can see, as these cards keep getting better, the Titan was originally priced at $2,500 in the United States for, I believe, $3,400, $3,500 in India. The 3090 really is a huge improvement of sorts. It is definitely faster. If you already have one, would you make the jump? I don't think it's necessary. There's a 30 to 40% increase in performance, I think. 3090 also has, I'm looking at my screen right now, more than 10,000 CUDA cores, which is really the double of the amount of CUDA cores in Titan. So if you really look at progress, the 3090 is a huge leap after the Titan. Also, as we've learned, the Titan was just manufactured by NVIDIA. Side note here, with every generation, so let's say you're trying to buy a 2080 Ti or a 3090, you can buy one by MSI, Asus, Zotac, whatever, all sorts of companies. Essentially what's happening is NVIDIA creates the architecture and the layout of the circuit. This is licensed to all of the companies and they essentially do some tweaks on top, add more fans, play around. The Titan originally was just manufactured by NVIDIA, but the 3090s, as you know, are available from all quote-unquote third-party vendors. And as we've learned, we as in the GPU community, RTX Titan was more effort demanding in terms of heat management. So what's that led to in terms of increment is a better 3090 in the sense that even the Founder Edition, the one that NVIDIA manufactures, not just designs, has a better cooler, is bigger definitely, but also manages its heat really well. In essence, I've just been really celebrating the release of 3090, but it's also in the sense of what the RTX Titan has set us up to. If I were to just talk about the Titan, it is of course a fantastic GPU in itself. The 3090 does make it look bad. In reality, it's a 24 GB GPU. That's all I need to know. That is a ridiculous amount of memory to work with. It played along really well with 4K video editing. I've been trying to do some 4K video editing. This video is also being recorded in 4K. And the card used to just eat up to 80 watts of power. The 3090s, I don't remember the Founder Edition, but the third-party ones go up to 400 watts, even beyond. And this card can give you, in exchange for just using 280 watts, 24 gigs of GPU memory. So I'd say a 9 out of 10 for design. I really like the golden color, the Titan logo that lights up. It's a really thin card for the power that it delivers. And thank you NVIDIA for sending this over. It's been a great experience and I'm still continuing to use it. I'm not sure if you can tell, the fans are spinning at full speed right now behind me. But that's it for the first impression videos. If you have any questions for me or if you want me to run any benchmarks, please let me know in the comments down below. The next video after this will be the unboxing of A6000, followed by finally the reveal and complete specs of this box. So that's it. Thanks for watching.